1949. Happy Valentine's Day. The Paramount case is in full effect beginning this Academy Awards. And I tried to recap it to you last time, but I faltered a bit. The Paramount case did not force theaters, did not. The Paramount case, I got right except for the block booking part. Block booking was not theaters forcibly buying the cartoons for themselves. It was the cartoon studios forcibly buying the theaters. And this was something the whole studio system was doing, but especially the cartoon business. And the Paramount case, although it ended monopoly and made competition a lot easier, it pretty much marked the end of the golden age of Hollywood because there was no easy way to profit off of this stuff anymore. But this might have the loveliest Academy Award winner ever, this ceremony. 1949's winner is, for sentimental reasons, the only Pepe Le Pew cartoon to make it to the Academy Awards. Pepe Le Pew was introduced in 1945 by Chuck Jones as both a caricature of Maurice Chevalier's character from Pepe Le Moco, but also an unflattering representation of storyman Ted Pierce, who was a ladies' man. In his first appearance, O Adorable Kitty, Pepe Le Pew mistook a male cat dressed like a skunk, Claude, for a female skunk. It wasn't until, for sentimental reasons, that he started chasing a female, though that was a dog, and it wasn't until this film where he actually chased a female cat dressed as a skunk. This short is considered to be the best Pepe Le Pew short, as it introduced Pepe's official quote-unquote love interest, Penelope, Pussycat. So, the formula was, either on accident or on purpose, Penelope would dress herself up as a skunk, which was very easy since she was a black cat, and all she had to do was put a white stripe down her back. Pepe Le Pew would come along, mistake her for a female skunk, and try to romance her, while the horrified Penelope would try running away. Now, Pepe had his formula varied before, including, in addition to the first two films that I mentioned, we also had Odor of the Day by Arthur Davis, in which he's a screwball and not a romantic. But this was the point where Pepe himself was fully solidified, so much so that pretty much every cartoon after this, with just a couple minor exceptions, featured the same formula featured in this cartoon. Unfortunately, you're not likely to find Pepe Le Pew around nowadays, because despite appearing in 18 shorts from 1945 to 1962, he was one of the staple Looney Tunes characters. But as the decades rolled on, he was accused, among other things, of normalizing rape culture, culminating in the decision in 2021 to completely remove the character from Space Jam: A New Legacy and all future products. Reaction to this has been mixed, and I'm one of the detractors. I hope one day that they bring him back, especially since the cartoonists at Warner Brothers have tried to retool him into not being a rapist in the past. Moving on to less controversial. Oh, and also, in addition to being the second of 5 cartoons to win the Academy Award that was produced at Warner Brothers, this is the only one of the Academy Award winning Warner Brothers cartoons not directed by Frisch Freleng. This was Chuck Jones' doing, and it was the only time he would win the Academy Award at Warner Brothers. Second place. Moving on to less controversial stuff. Second place. Canary Row, directed by Chris Freeling and starring Sylvester and Tweety, is notable for 3 reasons. 1. It introduced the fully finalized version of Granny, who initially was just Tweety's owner here, but will later also become Sylvester and Hector's owner. 2. For being used in schools to teach children about nonverbal communication, since 70% of the film is silent. 3. For being the only short subject to this day to have its nomination withdrawn. Eddie Seltzer did not want it to compete with the other cartoon here, despite being technically a different series. For sentimental reasons was a Looney Tunes, but Canary Row was a Merry Melodies, and so it was withdrawn. Granny would actually make it to the Academy Awards, though, but that's for later. In third place, Hats Up Your Troubles, a Tom and Jerry short that stars Jerry protecting a baby woodpecker from Tom and returning him to his rightful mother. One of their best, it was the first of 5 MGM cartoons to receive a CinemaScope remake in 1956, during the 1956 and 1957 season. General consensus either teeters between they're a nice demonstration of the CinemaScope's capabilities or they're pointless, inferior, recolored shot-for-shot remakes. Fourth place, Toy Tinkers, Donald Duck versus Chip and Dale During Christmas, directed by Jack Hanna. Disney was starting to take influence from Looney Tunes. Yeah, not even Disney was safe. And that's best summarized by the end gag in which Chip and Dale send dynamite straight through the phone. Fifth place, The Magic Flute, a Jolly Frolic by UPA, that's Columbia Studio, the second of 3 Fox and Crow cartoons produced by the company. In this one, the Fox and Crow are best friends, but the Fox decides to ditch the Crow when he hits it big. Then he accidentally grabs a magic baton, and chaos ensues. Only one more Fox and Crow cartoon was produced after this. I'm trying to think of the name. I don't think I can think of the name, and we also had a holdover from the Screen Gems studio, Great Nutty. The rest of the Screen Gems shorts, by the way, released during this year, ending their backlog, meaning that Columbia is going to be fully reliant on UPA going forward. And they're going to drop the Fox and the Crow immediately after their 3 short contract thing is up with them. But isn't it a lovely Valentine's Day? Yeah, I know I'm brief, but this was the Man from Wackyland signing off, notifying you that was 1949.